Three words sum up PBS Charlotte's 3D project: Dreamers, Doers, Destiny. We're grateful to have received a Corporation for Public Broadcasting grant as part of American Graduate Getting to Work to help us make this happen. The goal of our 4-year community engagement initiative is to help with our region's upward mobility issue. One phase of the project has us sharing inspiring stories about people who have overcome obstacles to reach their destiny. Carolina Impact's Tanisha Johnson joins us now in the studio with a story of triumph. Tanisha?
Sean Corbett started his own barbershop in Northeast Charlotte about 8 years ago. He'll be the first to admit that life hasn't been easy, but through the years, he's been cutting with purpose. And as a part of that purpose, he included partnering with police from whom he used to run from, putting young adults through school, and feeding the homeless, and so much more. Watching barbershop owner and father of 4 Sean Corbett cutting hair is nothing short of a miracle. That's because Corbett, aka Lucky, says he didn't always make the best decisions.
We would all stand out in the street, drinking, smoking, playing dice, or whatever it was.
A visit back to his old Charlotte neighborhood triggers memories of his past.
It wasn't like I was doing it for the lifestyle or the fun or anything like that. I had like real life responsibility.
A new baby, to be exact, which at the time temporarily altered his dream of a better life.
But once I had a kid, man, the dreaming stopped. It was like, okay, this is what it is. This is go time. You gotta provide. It's not about you.
Corbett remembers dealing drugs in his neighborhood, often with his kid watching nearby, a culture he knew all too well.
I grew up in a house of addiction.
But the fast life eventually caught up with him, and he spent the next 2 years in and out of jail. During his last run-in with police, something finally clicked.
And I really realized that I just didn't want to go back and forth to prison for the rest of my life.
With the stain of being a convicted felon on his record, finding work wasn't easy, until a furniture store gave him a chance.
And I said, listen, I got in some trouble when I was younger, but I'm a hard worker. If you give me an opportunity, I won't let you down. I actually stayed there for 4 years.
When the company closed, he enrolled in No Grease Barber School, and things started to look up for him. With just enough to buy books, Lucky was determined to succeed.
And I would sweep the floor and fold towels for 2 weeks straight. And once my instructors seen that, each one of them donated a clipper to me.
Corbett realized hard work was the key to accomplishing his dreams.
At this time, all my homeboys, they still hustling or whatever. They would make fun of me. They'd be like, man, why are you working at the pizza place? Man, you can easily just pay off your school. But I just knew that I didn't want to mix the old me with the new me.
At the barber school, the people there helped him to see new possibilities. He'd never seen African-American men wearing ties and running a business.
I mean, they let me know it was real. And that was like the first time that I knew that I can do something like this.
He graduated in 2006 at the top of his class, and 4 years later opened his own shop. When he did, he made sure to give back to the community.
I would have never thought, if you would have asked me then, that I would be doing all the stuff that I'm doing now. I wouldn't have believed you.
Just as others took a chance with Lucky, today he pays it forward by helping others like Carlos Adams, a former drug dealer himself, who spent years running from police until he found work.
I'm just like, you know what, I'm just stay committed to this job, and I'm gonna weather this storm.
2 years ago, he started working in Lucky's shop, and now he has a new outlook on life.
My slogan for 18 is, I'm just trying to be better than I was yesterday. Get to owning a barbershop, that's just a cherry on top, but I want my children to look at me as their role model.
After years of thinking the worst of police, today he makes friends with them, giving them business cards and encouraging them to come in and get a haircut.
Like, you got to be tired of running the street because you just gave the police your phone number.
Lucky's also helped 21-year-old Timothy Ellerby turn his life around.
So I was in Texas, supposed to have started school. Supposed to be going to U of H, but kind of got sidetracked with partying.
After talking with Lucky, Ellerby ended up in barber school.
I look up to Lucky. Lucky is something that I aspire to be.
But perhaps the one person who's seen the biggest transformation of all in Lucky is his 21-year-old son, Kalia.
Growing up with my dad, it was wild, but it also showed me what not to do. It really is. It's a completely different person. Like, you know, he's somebody I look up to. Like, I've never seen anybody change like that. Like, it's something you really see on like TV.
A recent graduate of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department's cadet program, Khalil dreams of becoming a deputy chief one day, and that makes Lucky proud.
So the basic tools I gave him, and so he's just taking his path and just adding them. Like he go to John C. Smith, he's plays fraternity, he's in the National Guard Reserves. Like I can't ask for nothing more.
From the outside, it may look like a regular old barber shop where you get a decent buzz and a fade, but there's much more happening here. Lucky knows he's fulfilling his destiny by encouraging others down on their luck to take a second chance at a better life.
Well, Tanisha joins me on set now. What an interesting character. And I feel like I know him even though I've never met him.
He is not only a likable person, but people just draw to him. He's got that kind of personality that just causes people to want to gravitate. You know, his barbershop really is a place where the community truly comes, and they don't just come to get a haircut, but it is a place where they're able to have those conversations where when they have the conversation and they're sitting in the chair, he's listening, and that's where he actually gets the ideas from to have community events and to go so much further than what he already has. He loves his community and he loves being involved.
Talk to us a little bit about the Cops and Barbers Initiative.
So in 2014, he actually started this organization. Again, the idea came from listening to those in the community and also because he thought about his son. And at the time, his son was about 17, 18 years old. And he wondered to himself, okay, well, if my son ever got stopped by the police, would he know what to do? Would other young African-American males know what to do? And the reality was no. And so with those things in mind and other concerns of the community, he decided, okay, we need to start Cops and Barbers. And the intent was really to engage police and connect those with those in the community. So they started doing the workshops and community meetings. And while it was great, you know, to be able to have those in the community share their concerns, express their feelings about interactions maybe that they've had with police and even their perceptions, he felt like they just needed to do more. So they've been able to have kids be partnered with police and have them tutor in the subjects that they need tutoring in. And then this year they are now actually starting a part of the program where there's scholarships for those that he's helping to put through school, so that if you're a barber,
specifically?
Definitely. So if you're a barber, not only are you being able to get money to go through school, but you are also being partnered with a police recruit. So you get a chance to learn about each other's world. So if you ever have an interaction with somebody, now it's not going to be a perception that maybe you had before, but now it's because I have an open mind and I can have a conversation, I can do a stop or have an engagement that doesn't necessarily have to result in violence.
Breaking down barriers. What a great story, Tanisha. We appreciate it so very much.
Thank you.